Tillit is believed to have triggered a spate of retaliatory attacks across Belize City overnight. Those incidents have resulted in 2 additional murders and have also left several others hospitalized with varying degrees of injuries. McFoy, along with 3 others, were playing a game of dominoes inside a yard at the corners of Euphrates Avenue and Dean Street when they came under sustained gunfire. When the shooting subsided, the 56-year-old had been mortally wounded after being shot in the head.
Could you tell us if this man's son was the target?
I'm not sure at this point.
Despite initial uncertainty, Belize City Police are of the opinion that the lone gunman had been assigned to carry out a hit on Tillit. Reprisals for the slaying of his father would follow by nightfall. Shortly after 7 o'clock on Wednesday, 25-year-old Clifford Flores, along with 2 others, was seated atop a parked vehicle in front of his home near Cesar Ridge Road, where the first of 3 deadly shootings would take place.
My nephew and 2 of his friends were sitting on my brother-in-law white car, and they just launched the assault, a barrage of shots, I say, about 9 to 10 in my approximation. All I could do, tell my loved ones upstairs, get down. About a minute and a half, I said the shots subside. Immediately I come downstairs to check because I was aware that my nephew and his friends were down here. You know, his 2 friends were able to escape while he ended up being fatally wounded. I saw my nephew crawling. He said, "Uncle, I straight, I get shot in my stomach. Carry me to the hospital." My neighbor, who was one of the intended targets, brought his pickup, and we swiftly ferried my nephew to the car, Houston.
Flores would later succumb to his injuries. Less than an hour later, gunfire once again erupted, this time near the corners of Antelope Street and Central American Boulevard, where 26-year-old Joseph Rowland had been purchasing food near the intersection. A single round caught him in the head. While police were busy processing that crime scene, a group of young men were socializing on Angel Lane when they too came under attack. 28-year-old Nigel Ferguson, 30-year-old Mark Alamia, 28-year-old William Savory, and 26-year-old John Aviles were all fired upon by an unknown assailant who exited a vehicle and began shooting. During the melee, Aviles was hit twice to the right side of the chest and once to the right arm. Officer commanding Eastern Division, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Desiree Phillips.
We have 6 persons detained, and that is for incidents that occurred between 2 p.m. yesterday and 8 o'clock last night.
The rash of shootings has been attributed to affiliates of the George Street Gang, otherwise known as Gaza.
You mentioned earlier that this assault was launched by the Gaza, meaning George Street. What leads you to make this assertion? It's a bold claim being made. What leads you to believe that someone or others from that particular area are responsible for carrying out this hit?
Well, like I say, Asani, all we familiar, because Belize is a small society and they're not big, they're not New York with it. All we know what happened. You understand? Everybody know about the red and color vehicle that they always the patrol boat, and the white and color one that belong to a certain character. They are all aware of the threat George Street poses to the city, if not to the country. Because we see the prevalence of how this gang violence is spreading to other areas of the country, right? And when I say I believe that George Street, because I say, my brother, this is a Belizean society. People like talk. It is here, say, but the guy is saying, if they're not so nearly so. So we hear the talking, like I said, on my family. 2 other families apparently lost loved ones last night. Everybody was bawling, consoling each other. Everybody had a George Street chance. They think they run the city.
Police have since detained 6 men for their alleged role in the overnight mayhem. Reporting for News 5, I am Isana Cayetano.